there. You just caught me reading one of my many books in my leather-bound chair. I'm just kidding. Who the fuck has time for that? Anyways, welcome to Fatterhood, gang. As you all well know, I am so far behind my blog posts, it ain't even funny. Finding the time to sit down and write anything, even though I got about 40 half-started ones sitting on my computer, I just haven't had the time to finish them. And with Elizabeth growing up so fast now, I thought maybe this would be a way quicker way to get those updates in, and still throwing in some written posts whenever I have the time, if I have the time. If you'll excuse me, this is our unofficial product placement, by the way. I'm enjoying some Winking Owl wine, Merlot, from Aldi, only $3.75. Kind of tastes like paint thinner, but it'll get you drunk. Besides the point. So anyways, where are we? It's been, what, April, I think it was, the last time I was able to actually put up a post. So she turned 1. I still haven't received my goddamn trophy for keeping her alive. That's kind of a bummer as far as I'm concerned, but it is what it is. Oh, also, quick side note. I swear, like, a lot when I'm talking, and I've been drinking. So, if you thought I swore a lot in the blogs, you're kind of in for a treat then, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I will try to contain it as much as I can, as it's a skill I'm going to have to learn to not swear when she gets a little bit older, but right now, wee! So anyways, I think I have to update my analogy for having Elizabeth. In the blogs, I know I said something to the effect that she was basically a T-Rex with a bomb strapped to her, but that's out the window now. Totally different. That was when I had a baby. Now this kid, I'm not quite sure on the exact definition. I know she was technically a cruiser, meaning she'd get around by holding on to stuff. Well, she's starting to walk. Holy shit, gang. Another quick sidestep here. I thought it was going to be so much better and so much easier when she was walking. Couldn't be more wrong. It was so much nicer when she was a baby, as it turns out. You could leave her, like just standing, sitting, whatever she was doing. You can do that for 10 minutes. You'd come back, she'd be right there. That shit's gone. Now, she's starting to, well, she crawls everywhere. Nothing in this house is safe. That's just for starters, but now she's starting to walk. I believe our record is either 15 or 17 steps, and for the longest time, for about 2 weeks, we were stuck at 5 steps. Could not do any more than that, would not do any more than that. Then out of nowhere daycare, I'm sure if you follow on Facebook, I got 15 steps out of her when I picked her up from daycare. She just bolted to me. Now our average is about 10. With a couple bit more. I think I said, like, I'm pretty sure it's 17 is our high now. But she is all over this place. It's ridiculous. So I think she's technically a toddler now. I think. Could be wrong. We'll quibble over definitions later. So now it's kind of like having a Roomba that only picks up shit that you don't want it to, and then just throws shit everywhere else. All the stuff that's supposed to pick up, it just throws against the wall and on the floor. But damn if you leave a thumbtack anywhere, that is going in the mouth immediately. So the Roomba that picks up shit and that's not supposed to and throws everything else, but if it doesn't make it to its recharge station, you go to jail. That's what having a toddler is like. I know it seems like I maybe don't have the best things to say about having kids. It couldn't be less true, though, honestly. It's one of those cliches that I used to hate when I was pre-parent, but until you have one or until you're around them a lot, you just can't understand how life-changing it really is. Every aspect of my life has had to change. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Since the whole point of the blog was that I have always lived an unhealthy life, and I'd like to try to hold on to as much of that as possible. he said as he's drinking at midnight by himself, and ate Philly cheesesteak and tacos today. Besides the point. Um, it's still, I really put all my priorities in focus for me. I was always very proud of my job, and I still am, but knowing that I need to be around for those big moments in life that's where I'm at now. And thankfully I got a new boss. I can't remember if I wrote about that. I got a new boss though in October or November. She has, it's either 2 or 3 of her own. She gets it, and she is awesome. She makes sure that I don't answer my phone on the weekends, or if I'm on vacation, anything like that. She makes sure that I'm enjoying that family time, and that's important to have that kind of support. And interesting thought. So last night I've been rewatching The Office, as I tend to do, and I found the episode where Jim and Pam find out they're pregnant. And it had been kind of tumbling around in my mind for a while, especially because we got so many friends and family right now that are pregnant or just had kids. And my wife and I, we've been talking about it quite a bit, about the idea of a second one, and I was becoming more and more comfortable with the idea. Well, last night I saw the episode and I just started crying like a big dumb baby. It was ridiculous. The look on Jim's face reminded me of when I found out that we were having Elizabeth. It was that excited yet mouth agape look of shock. Like, I just can't believe that is now you can finally see, not just hearing or reading me. Now you can see someone took this and was like, yeah, you can, and we'll make another human. It's just nuts to me. So my wife and I have started seriously talking about baby number 2. Again, if you've kept up on the blog, we had some issues conceiving right from the bat. Nothing major, but it did take a lot longer than what I would say average maybe even is, or definitely a lot harder than what most of our friends had and family. But now being on the other side of it, it was so worth it, and I kind of want to do it again. I know my wife would like to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20. I'm not quite sure what number she's landing on. 2 is what I'm comfortable with. 3 I could see, and after that, not so much. But it's still an interesting place to be. So we're kind of going over funds and all that other fun stuff and seeing what we can do and when's a real time frame, that kind of stuff. So more to be seen on that, I guess. But from there, I cannot believe how big Elizabeth is getting. It is insane. We were going through some old clothes, packing them up, and we found this little onesie that when I think we brought her home from the hospital in it. It was just this tiny little thing, and now she's, I believe she's in 18-month shirts because she ended up with all of my belly and my height. So she's still in like 12-month pants. She's got such short little legs, but this giant belly sticking out on most things. She's starting to talk quite a bit. I mean, maybe not can have a conversation with her, but she does banana, which is nana, nana, hat, at, dada, mama, bye-bye, night-night, hi. That one's always my personal favorite. And then she tries saying bottle. She can't quite get that one out, so it's bubba, box. And out of nowhere, she just started saying pup, which is puppy. So that has been awesome, because I swear, if not every day, every week, a new word falls into her vocabulary. It's just so cool to see. And then she's understanding so many words and phrases. We can ask her to go get us a diaper or the wipes, or about 50-50 on the butt cream, the rash cream. Sometimes I get that, sometimes I don't. But she can start to, she's done great pretty much from the start, but especially now with the baby sign language. So she's always more. milk, or she also uses it if she's just thirsty. Um, but it's just, I went from having this little eggplant with eyes to I have an almost adult. It feels like she's a real human now, and it's just so cool to see. I that's one of those things. Again, I'm sorry for anyone that is watching this that doesn't have the kids, but I think you still know. You just don't know until you're knee deep in it, because nothing that I've ever done with my life has been this cool. It's kind of like having a puppy that slowly learns to talk, but usually you can house train a puppy much faster in my experience. I am looking forward to potty training, in that I don't want to do any more goddamn diapers. They're disgusting. I can't lie about that part. We think, again, if you read the blog, ear infections have been a big thing in our house, and I think we're on the other side of it, but due to all the antibiotics and the diet and her starting to walk and everything else, she's now transitioned into what I like to call adult shits, because they are these big, round, hard, and they are disgusting turds. Not that any turd is particularly not disgusting. These are flippin' ridiculous, my lord. So I'm really excited when she can just go take care of that nonsense and I don't have to wipe her ass anymore. But I'm sure that's going to be a ways down the road, and I'm also sure that at a certain point I'll be going, God damn it, can't we just do diapers again? It was so much easier. Some more updates, though, is that I was dead set against it, and my wife basically conned me into it. Still not sure how I feel about it necessarily, but I was dead set about Elizabeth not going to a chiropractor. My wife does it, and her grandfather used to be a chiropractor, so pretty much her whole family swears by it. As far as I'm concerned, not for adults but for kids, there's a website or a Facebook page that uses the term woo fuckery, which I think is quite apt. It's for anything that's just nonsense and non-science based. But again, from the blog, you may know Doc from Doc and Ginger, our good friends. Doc is actually a chiropractor who my wife sees, and my wife kind of threw it at me like, I know you're not totally cool with it, because this was by the way, our first real big parenting discrepancy, like, no, yes. Finally, she kind of got me around to it with we've tried everything else to help with these ear infections, and she hasn't slept through the night now I don't think she's slept through the night since October now. So anything we could try, let's just try it. B, if I was going to let anyone do it, wouldn't it be Doc? And I said, yeah. And then from there, Doc was really cool about it. She kind of showed me everything she was going to do before she did it. She quickly explained that she does not cure ear infections or anything. She just kind of helps the body, it's going to sound very new agey, but helps the body help itself. We'll go with that. That's the easiest version. So I kind of, I think Doc could tell the entire time that I'm sitting in the chair just, I still wasn't 100% cool with it, but everything went over just fine. I don't know how much it's helped, but it definitely didn't hurt anything. So I think that led to a kind of important realization for myself of having that team dynamic that my wife and I have. We don't always agree, and we're not always going to agree, especially on parenting. It's just not going to happen, and that's fine. But I had seen it particularly with her parents. Even if you don't agree, you still have to show a united front to the kid. which obviously Elizabeth couldn't care less right now. She doesn't even know. She's basically a Mr. Potato Head that walks. But besides the point there again, showing that united front, so finding that middle ground is important. And sometimes you gotta dig in and know, why is that happening, blah, 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 blah. I'm kind of interested now to see what else comes up, and then what else, how we deal with it, I guess. We grew up in very different families, very different parenting styles. Her and I were very different kids in general. So that it's interesting. I guess I got a little time before that becomes a real thing, but we'll see how that goes. Cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm going to have a lot more updates coming up real soon. This has worked out pretty easily for me. I waited until the ladies went to bed. Then I can sit down for 10-15 minutes, do one of these. I'll try to keep them shorter. Anyone that knows me knows that I could ramble on for hours, but I'm going to try to keep them as tight as possible. I do have a concept already for the next video blog, which is a very interesting one. I'm half stealing, but I am coming up with my own. There's a daddy blog called I Have No Idea What I'm Doing, and I do suggest checking it out. It's really good. He had written this whole post, though, about how he was a better parent before he became a parent. I think he had his top 5 things. Check that out. I'll probably post a link to it on the Fatterhood Facebook page. But I'm going to be doing my own. I had a couple that were pretty much the same, but I had some that were very different as well. So check back for that. I'd also like to throw out there that I have so many friends that are expecting, and so many family that are expecting or have just recently had kids. We found out that I'm going to be an uncle again, coming in December, I believe. It's going to be a nephew this time, so I couldn't be more excited. I love being an uncle. All the best parts of being a dad, but you get to give them away when they are being shitheads. So that's kind of the life right there, I would say. But I'd like to, I got my cousin Jenny, my cousin Sarah, and their respective husbands. They just each had a girl. They are beautiful, and we're very happy for you. I'm going to miss friends, I won't lie. I know I'm going to miss them if I try listing them all, but just know that please, from me, my wife, and from Ewok, we are so happy for you guys to join the evil parenting cabal. Try to sucker more people in so that we can have date nights. Huh? Because right now, dear Lord. So make sure you keep checking back. I'm going to keep doing some more of these because they're a lot easier to fit in. And then keep checking us out, Fatterhood, on Facebook. You can search us on there. We've also been kicking around the idea of doing a podcast with me and a couple other dads. I'm not sure how that's going to pan out, but it'd be worth a shot. So, in the meantime, prost, everyone.